Welcome. Welcome to this. I'm glad that people might join me. I hope they do. So today is spurred on by an event that happened to me this morning. And I am Sandy Shellis of Environmental Coffee House. And I am in Facebook jail again. And I am in Facebook jail again because I dared to write a comment about media, freedom of talk. Let's see if I can find it. And then, hi, Aaron. And then we'll go from there. I saved it in my photos, but it might not be on here yet. No, I don't think so. I deleted it. I since deleted it, but I don't want to screw up things. But let me find it. Okay. So what got me this morning was an article called RT America Torched in Witch Hunt 17. And I wrote a little paragraph, my thoughts and feelings, and I tried to share this only to Babes of the Revolution, which is a group I've still admin. So I wanted to share it. I didn't even get to share it because I was a very bad girl. And what I wrote was controversial. And I used the F word. I wrote, another goodie I will drop here. Some of the best commentators are on RT, in my opinion. We are becoming a country fueled by mass media-driven hysteria. It's pervasive in our culture, and people are becoming more and more paranoid in the U.S. every day. The onslaught of nonstop bullshit being spewed by the big three is relentless. The more bullshit we go toward totalitarian censorship and have to digest just what the oligarchy wants us to. What a clusterfuck. I hope everyone is happy with a media-created neoliberal Cold War. We never ever learn. The human species is bound and determined to repeat the mistakes that have taken down all other civilizations. So that is what did it. Because I had buzzwords in there, which I know better. I had gotten my sharing rights back. I know better. I really should know better by now. But evidently I don't. So it's kind of taken me on this little bit of a journey this morning. And of course, I'm not going to be able to share it about these people that have this speech that somehow is going to be squelched. And those people are Chris Hedges and Noam Chomsky and what's his name, the comedian. I put it in something that was on RT. Ed Schultz, who used to be on MSNBC and was fired because he's too liberal, or left thinking. The people that are questioning authority, basically questioning authority, are being censored in our country in a new McCarthyism witch hunt by the neoliberals and the neocons. They're all doing it. And it's not bullshit. But how does this work with the environment? Well, we put up an article that says activism and protests basically are going to be cracked down upon. So if you, and this was out of Reuters, U.S. justices, U.S. justices pledge to prosecute activists who damage pipelines. However, I know this is after the activists, the pipeline turners, because I interviewed him. And it says the DOJ said it was committed to vigorously prosecuting those who damage critical energy infrastructure in violation of federal law. Attempts now to damage or shut down pipelines, deprive communities of services that and can put lives at risk, cost taxpayers millions of dollars, and threaten the environment. A department official said in a statement sent to Reuters. Well, the group direct Climate Direct Action said at the time the action was in support of the the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, which has protested Energy Transfer Partners. All right, we all know this, you know, and we have a guy named Jeff Sessions in there. So we all know that our ability to speak out against the fossil fuel industry is going to be ramped up, and we are going to be under a totalitarian government. It's going that way. I mean, we have the grilling of all of the media, the social media people, which is just more hysteria driven by the oligarchy. I mean, it's crazy, and they want to control everything under the new Cold War, I guess you could call it. But I am digressing into a little bit more of a political speech than I am wanting to talk about what we're facing in our environmentally motivated self-preservation modus operandi. And it's going to get worse. Mark my words, because I get censored for that, okay? But I also get censored when I talk about the political atmosphere and of the day, as far as the pics of Trump and who he's put in the administration in the United States. And I suppose if I started mass sharing Guy McPherson, Derek Jensen, Michael Sliwa, and all of the thinkers that are like thinkers to me in the doomosphere, as you know, to make a joke about it, but talking about abrupt climate change, I probably get more censored because I'm talking about reality here. I mean, I am talking about abject, scientific-backed, peer-reviewed reality about global warming, climate change, and what's happening with us. It is not, and I'll probably piss some people off, I don't do the whole geoengineering thing because I can't do anything tangible against an enemy I can't see. But I can see climate change. I can see pollution. I can see a lot more than just looking up at the clouds and surmising that I think I know what they're made up of when I don't. And maybe I'll test my soil, we'll see. But I am not going there. And those of you that follow me should respect that, because there are other commentators that do go there. I can't and I won't. Somebody said to me and argued with me that then I'm not seeing the full picture. When I will be ready, I will see the full picture if that is so, you know, the case. And Vincent says, sometimes scientists lie. Let me tell you why the scientists lie. You know who lies? The scientifically illiterate scientists. The paid off by the fossil fuel industry scientists like Willie Soon. Okay? These are the scientists that have gotten hundreds of thousands of dollars from the fossil fuel industry over the last 20 years to bullshit us, Vincent. I mean, and I'm glad you're here. It's really cool. I like that. It makes me happy, actually, because I do respect everything about your opinions because you're here with me, like I said in the other ones. But I have read so much, and these scientists, and you can just go to DSmog blog. They have a list of all the scientists. They have fantastic links to all of the climate deniers that are doing it to further drilling, basically drilling in the Arctic, drilling in places that we really should not be drilling. And I'm going to put in another word before I read something to you that this really astute woman on YouTube has written in a commentary on one of my live streams, Stella. Okay, I'm going to read something to you, but not before I talk about something also that's bothering me. And since I'm being honest and I'm saying it all out, there are issues of ever expanding farms in Brazil. We have lost the rainforest. The carbon sink is now gone. Michael Tamir is crooked in Brazil. And it's all because of palm oil. Every freaking thing in the supermarket has palm oil. And the global population growth is becoming so big that these farmers are cutting down the rainforests everywhere to put in these palm oil plantations. What is the answer? 7 billion to 10 billion. Some people say, oh, it's sustainable. I don't. It's not sustainable. And I'll give you a glaring example. There was an article, I believe it was Indonesia, where the farmers are actually throwing burning lit tar balls at elephants and light them on fire to keep them out of the fields. And there was a horrifying picture of an elephant burning. Okay, this is what human greed and population exponential growth is doing. And if people think that this can go on forever, you're deluding yourselves. And I am no Agenda 21 believer, okay? I read a lot about that and the UN, what they did back then. I've read a lot of papers and a lot of research, and this is nowhere near this global industrial complex elite wanting to take us out. It's not at all. I'm based in as much reality as I can do, as much scientific background and reality that I can do. And this censorship is going to continue. And my message will be squelched more and more until I get my website finished, which then I can leave the cesspool of Facebook. Although the only problem about Facebook is I love the people I've met and have been, able to meet through the venue. However, it is such an example of a mass hysteria. Now, Marcia says, hi, Marcia. Brazil is also buying our farmland and installing factory farms here. Brazil and China are the biggest pork producers. Yep. I'll tell you what, every activist needs their own battles and focus on taking action. Don't let anybody bully you for being discerning. You're right. I get it, though. I get people that put me down because I won't talk about geoengineering, chemtrails, the clouds, whatever. It's okay. I don't hate them. I love my friends. It is all what they base their own reality on. I happen to pick a reality that I know I can do something about, voting in local elections to try to get the local scientifically illiterate climate deniers out of office, just for now. Because we really don't know when the methane time bomb is going to go off in the Antarctic or in the Arctic underneath the Permian frost that's melting. Oh, one more thing before I read what I'm going to read to you. There was a video that came on Environmental Coffee House yesterday showing this guy picking up a snowball and lighting the snowball and trying to show that the snowball didn't burn. And that was evidence that the Atlanta area got fake snow put on by who the hell knows who, okay? Then there was another video accompanying it with a scientist, bona fide scientist, who showed us the reason why the snowball did not melt from lighter and why the black was on there was because the lighter is made of CO, whatever it was. I don't have the specifics in front of me and I'm not a scientist. But what the butane is in there leaves a residue on the snowball. And as the heat's going, it's not dripping water. It's going into it. The snowball folds into itself because of the composition of the water tightening and packing. Okay. And this scientist went on to show that the ice, the snowball, real snow from Colorado, would melt in a frying pan. So basically now it has gotten to the point where people are saying that there are snowstorms being manufactured. I'm sorry, guys, I can't go there. You can leave my page. You can choose to do whatever you want, but I am not going there. I was kind of shocked by that people are now in such a mass hysteria that they think that that the government or the dark force or the deep state is sending out fake snow. Our climate is changing by what we have done. Human caused climate change. It's not that hard. I'm glad that you don't talk about geoengineering, even though I think it's true. It's not as extensive. Okay, I feel that way, Vincent, because yes, Harvard talked about experiments they want to do. The GOP is starting to talk about, oh, gee, maybe geoengineering looks good. But I've been asking people, tell me where the airplanes are coming out of, what's in it. And I got one person on YouTube saying all this stuff and then saying to me, and that this is what broke her argument about the clouds and what's coming down when she was talking about ice and rain and all that. And then she said, well, I'm in Florida, so it couldn't possibly be ice. Completely not understanding how our atmosphere is built, how we are to be. So spewing out information she had no clue about, and then we live in Florida, so therefore we can't have that up in the atmosphere, that kind of natural striations of clouds. So I can't go here, guys. But like I said, I love you all anyway. They caused heavy snow and water predictors last. Okay, Doug, it's okay. You know what? You're here. Who's they? I don't know. The deep state? The deep state that I know are the Koch brothers, the fossil fuel industry, the oligarchs, the Donald Trumps, the Clintons. The deep state is a political, profit-driven, global industrial economy. That is what I know as the deep state. It is all driven based on money and profit. Heidi, she's such a beautiful person. Thank you, Heidi Verthaler. You are a wonderful person. She's just wonderful. Well, anyway, there are quite a few people here with me. So I've made my points for the day for me. This censorship that is constantly going on is going to get worse because they don't like the message that some of us are saying to open our eyes to look at what has happened in reality. That my reality, okay, it may be different than someone else's reality, but I'm basing it on what I read every single day since I have been doing this. And I'm sorry, I don't do it. But I'm going to read something to you to end this and tell you that I appreciate all of you and that we will continue to bring you the best of environmentally oriented articles, activist articles, articles that are based on scientific peer review. We are Abrupt Climate Change, and we are about activism, and that we want to stop the fossil fuel industry, and we want to do all those things before the tipping point, which I believe we're at. I know we're at. I think we're past it. And it's funny, I'll just say one more thing. People get upset with me because I say that we are at the climate tipping point and that we have really not a lot of CO2 carbon budget left to put the pounds in the air of what we burn. And in 2017, we have become more heavy on the emissions than we were the prior 2 years. And it's due to the coal plants in China, and it's due to, the industrialized push Okay? This is what is happening. Oh, all right? It is. And it is very sad. And somebody else said to me, well, I don't think it's a problem to have all these people, 10 billion people, whatever that the planet is going to. And I said, well, you're coming from an area of white privilege to say, well, just move out to the country. You tell people that in India, sub-Saharan Africa, and in the Asian countries. Just go. Okay, move out to the country. Point is, people don't have a choice. I may have, because I'm a white privileged bitch, and I had the wherewithal. Do you think the rest of the world does? No. And so I responded to him today with my thoughts. It is what it is. These are my thoughts. Environmental Coffee House has a team, and others have their thoughts, and I respect everybody's. But when the reality and what I see hits you in the face, we're done. But we still can do things every single day. So here I go. I'm going to read what Stella, she's an awesome person. Stella, and I'll give you her on Facebook. Stella is 55ella2007k. Let me write this down because she's so bright. 55. Okay. ELLA2007K. That is Stella. All right. This is what she wrote to me on one of my live streams. And I think that this will be a great end to this rant that might lose me followers. I love you though. You know? And before I do that, I think March has got a great. We need to go after the corporate-owned visible deep state. The damage they do is well documented. Abso-friggin-lutely. Read Dark Money by Jane Mayer. Read the new book by Michael Sliwa. Read some of Guy McPherson's works. Read some of, go watch Paul Beckwith's videos. It's all here. Stella. Thank you, Stella. I can't say that I dislike your efforts since they are representative of the cooperative side of the human species when it comes to positive ideas. Unfortunately, and this is just my opinion, you still don't seem to realize the gravity of the situation we are faced with, which is enormous and will not be solved unless global capitalism collapses. Every aspect of capitalism depends on continued growth. This is simply not possible on a planet with finite resources. There is a slight chance that the rapid collapse of entire ecosystems will bring about a change in thinking amongst those decision makers within the global elite. But I'm afraid it will be far too late when enough of them actually do change course. Everything at the present time, at terms of all power actors globally, is concerned with short-term goals and profits. Even pristine nature is being financialized as we speak and already being traded on the so-called market. The so-called market. Sorry about that. There is nothing wrong with fighting against all this. Just realize that the odds of reversing these trends may come far too late. From a purely philosophical point of view, it may very well turn out that our so-called asset, our intelligence as a human species, may very well lead to self-destruction in the long run, measured in millions of years, of course. While discussing these things, one must keep in mind the actions of individuals, which may be very well intentioned, versus evolutionary forces in a much greater sense, which are way beyond our control. the very subject of sentience, the awareness of anything outside one's own boundaries, which includes emotions, empathy, and the capacity to feel pain, are all a part of our conscious experience, yet we deny the capacity when it comes to other animals, and as if it's not there. And I'm talking about that elephant that was thrown burning tar balls at and was burning a baby. It's evil. Long term, no species dominates for too long, with the exception of very simple organisms, which are able to reproduce under extremely hostile conditions. So yes, we do need to come to terms with our extinction, while on the individual level, honoring those who tried to stir us in other directions. Technology will not save us. In fact, it is technology and its false premise which is moving us towards self-destruction. Everything cries out for far simpler lifestyles, far less consumption, but everything in technology is going in the opposite direction. We should all recognize and welcome our own mortality while trying to decrease suffering on our way out. This is about all we can do, if not much else. That's Stella. She is amazing. I watched her videos. She hasn't been making a lot of them, but she's really amazing. And she writes to me, and I don't take it as criticism. She's a wise woman. So let's see. Doug says they sprayed so heavy at Standing Rock, people were getting sick from it. And yeah, well, they didn't spray. They didn't do geoengineering at Standing Rock. They used police fascist tactics. What they have in their arsenal. Despicable. Aaron says boycott everything. Yeah, well, you can't, because in this society, we are pushed to consume and buy. Everything's in plastic. I did my rant the other day. So I'm going to end with that of Stella. She is cool. I'm so glad that you joined me. I want respect for who I am and what I'm doing. And I don't disrespect any of you for who you are and what you're doing and what you want to believe. I'm pointing out my reality for everyone. And you can follow me or not. I'm on a journey. And I'm on a journey with others like-minded, like Kevin, who I had on yesterday. And it's a journey for truth and change and self-change, because we need to stand outside ourselves and we need to look at the ugly and see what we can change, because it's not very pretty. So have a great day, everyone. And thanks for coming, and please share, because as I said in the beginning, I'm in Facebook jail again. And not till the 27th do I get out this time. So I guess in reality, my cat videos and my fireplace are going to be what I can show on my own page. God forbid I express a political opinion. Have a great day, everyone. No, it isn't. Climate change, global industrial climate change is what is the issue here. But you guys, you know, there's all kinds of places that you can go and discuss it. But I love you. Peace. Have a great day. Thank you for coming. Check out Stella. We have a YouTube, and our website's going to be live soon, because I'm looking for writers, and I'm not staying on Facebook like this forever. Vincent, peace. You rock. Marsha, Doug, all of you. You all rock. Bye. Bye-bye.